They did it again. The Democrats, I can't believe they did it again. They caved. They caved enormously, thereby pissing me off to no end. I get in and I read about what they did on the FISA law, and I think, oh, they're the worst. So here's my, first I'm going to give you the conclusion, and then we'll break it down. The conclusion is Democrats suck. They suck, they suck, they suck, they suck, they suck, they suck. Okay. Is it all Democrats? No, of course not. We don't live in a black and white world. In fact, a great majority of the Democrats in the House voted the right way. Of course, enough of them voted the wrong way to give Bush the victory, as frickin' always, right? So what's the FISA issue, right? What did they came in on? Well, you know, we've been talking for just a couple of years here on the Young Turks, as a lot of people have, that Bush has been breaking the law on FISA. And it's a federal law, and he just said, yeah, I'm not going to follow it. Not going to do it. And we said, well, that's not such a good idea. I think you should go ahead and follow that law. And Democrats never really did anything about it. At some point, you know, Feingold, God bless his heart, wanted to censure the president, but they were like, oh, we're not going to do that. That would hold him accountable. We're Democrats. We don't hold people accountable. So they didn't go for the censure thing. Impeachment. I mean, he's only broken a high crime. It's a federal law, right? I mean, you can get 5 years in jail for breaking this law, and he says he breaks it. His own Justice Department under Ashcroft said he broke it. They were all going to resign at the same time because of how badly Bush broke that law. I'm going to come back to that point in a second. So he's breaking the law, and the Democrats have done absolutely nothing to stop him. But so they're about to go into the August recess. They get a month-long vacation because they're congressmen, and they're not like you and me. They got to go and, you know, relax a little bit. Now, I understand that during the recess they go home and they talk to their constituents, theoretically, and oftentimes they do, and oftentimes they're busy raising money because that's all our politicians care about these days because the system's set up all wrong. We'll get back to that point later as well. So they're about to go on their vacations. They're a little antsy. And what does Bush do at the last second? The country's going to explode. Terrorism, 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 terrorism. Everybody panic. I need broad authority on the FISA. You know all that stuff, all the laws I've been breaking? I need you to make it legal now. So he pulls this trick, and you think Democrats are now in charge. Hey, we're the power, baby. We have the House comfortably. We have the Senate by a small majority, but we have it. So we should be able to stop this, right? Stop it. Stop it. What are you talking about? Stop it? No, it turns out some Democrats don't want to stop it. They want to help it. They passed the law in the Senate and the House saying, yes, Mr. Bush, first of all, we will bow our head, okay? They bowed their head, they sat down, and the law that they passed was, all those laws you broke about FISA, we're changing them now so it's legal. What you did is now legal. And you don't have to get a warrant anymore. If you're listening to an overseas call, you don't have to get a warrant. If you think that's bad, wait, it gets worse. Before, they pretended that it was about Al-Qaeda or Al-Qaeda-related activities or terrorism-related activities. The new law that they passed is so broad that it doesn't even have to be about Al-Qaeda. It doesn't have to be about terrorism. Now, the Democrats have given Bush authority to listen in on any call you make overseas, including on innocent Americans. It doesn't have anything to do with terrorism. It doesn't have to. According to the law that the Democrats allowed to pass. Now you're going to say, oh, Jake, that's unfair, man. Didn't the Republicans, weren't they all in favor of this? Of course they were. But I wouldn't vote for a Republican if you put a gun to my head. We don't need to have that obvious discussion. Are the Republicans solids? Of course they are. We're way beyond that, right? But the point is we elected Democrats to stand up to these But are they doing it? No, of course they're not doing it. Of course they're not doing it. Because they're weaklings. And they're half-wits, okay? Not the whole Democratic Party. Let me clarify for the 100th time, because everybody gets on me. Oh, I'm too hard on the Democrats. Who are the guys who sold us out? The so-called blue dog Democrats. These are supposed to be centrists. What kind of a centrist agrees 100% with Dick Cheney? How's that the center of the goddamn country? That isn't the center at all. So these 41 House Democrats and 21 Senate Democrats were like, yes, sir, Dick Cheney, sir. How much would you like me to kneel down before you and bow my head and do whatever the hell you want me to do? And they just gave it to him. They gave him the queen. They gave it to him. I'm so sick of them. I can't stand them. I think they're worse than Republicans. Let me repeat what I said in the beginning in case you missed it. Democrats suck. Okay? By the way, remember in January, the Bush administration said, oh, you know what? We're going to go ahead and give this to the FISA court. Okay, you guys win. There's a lot of pressure on us, right? And it turns out, by the way, the pressure wasn't Democrats. Of course, Democrats pressuring President Bush like he'd give a rat's ass. It turns out it was AT&T and Verizon and MCI. Corporations were pressuring Bush saying, hey, listen, if you don't make this program even semi-legal, we have to stop participating with you because we're going to face a lot of lawsuits. Okay, now, that's the only person that Bush ever bows his head to is corporations that are his donors, right? So AT&T comes in and says, bow your head. And Bush says, okay, all right, wait, now I'll bring it to the FISA court. So he brought it to the FISA court, and what did the FISA court rule? It's illegal. Totally illegal. So now we find out about that, by the way. They kept that hidden, too. Turns out back in April, the FISA court looked at it when they submitted it. No, totally illegal. Okay? What did Democrats do about that? I mean, you just heard what they did about it. Instead of fighting against it, they said, yes, sir, we'll make it legal for you now. All right. Enough insults to them. I was going to go on a third tirade. Okay. So it turns out FISA court says, as we all suspected, that it's wildly illegal. So Bush didn't act on that in April. In April, he could have said, hey, wait a minute, now I can't do the surveillance. I need to do the surveillance right away, and the court has disagreed with me. Let's act on this. No, he waited all the way till right before the August recess. And by the way, also did this wonderful little thread, which no reasonable human being who cared about their country would care about, but lazy-ass congressman would care about. He said, hey, if you don't vote my way on this important, vitally important terrorism issue, yes, I said the word terrorism, bow your head, okay? On the terrorism issue, I'm going to take away your summer recess. I'm going to make you come back here and keep voting until you give it to me. Na-na-na-na-boo-boo. And, of course, people are like, oh, my God, no, don't take away my summer. Don't take away my vacation. Okay, I'll vote any way you like. And the Blue Dog Democrats gave him exactly what he wanted, and now the law has changed. Enjoy, everybody. Enjoy. Your terribly crappy Congress. Your hideously bad Congress.